NCL starts a new video series about their crew. And do you wonder if anybody is going to be sailing out of Australia in 2025? These stories up next. Well, good morning, Cruise News family. It is morning right here in the Lone Star State. So, I want to start off today by thanking all 49 of you who have subscribed. To me, that's awesome. I'm still a small channel. I'm still growing. I need one more because my goal has been 50. For like a month now, my goal has been 50. I'm almost there. I need one more person. Okay. I'm not saying if somebody says 50 by side of my name, don't subscribe. I'm not saying that. Subscribe. Definitely subscribe. I want as many as possible. Because once I hit 50, my next goal is going to be 100. So if I'm at 50 when you hit the subscribe button, that's cool. You just help me get to that goal of 100. So please, thank you very much to everybody who has subscribed. You make my day. You really do. Everybody who watched the video, you make my day. You really do. Every time I look at the analytics and I see it going up, that makes my day. I'm not going to lie to you. I love it. I really do. So to start off today, NCL is making a video series about the crew. I think it's going to be called Behind the Crew, if I remember right. And that, to me personally, I think that's awesome. I don't know about you all when you all go on cruises, but me, I probably get a little bit too interested in the crew. I don't know if everybody else is on my boat, but I do. I get into talking to them, getting to know them, getting to know their family. Because you're living with them for 7 days and you see them nonstop. And actually, sometimes you see them again. I try to remember as many people as I can. I've heard people say that they've been on a princess ship and they have seen a crew member that used to be on Carnival that have switched. And I do know that there are rare occasions when like a crew member will quit NCL and go to Carnival. It's always possible you're going to see a crew member from another cruise line on the cruise line that you're currently on. It happens, but I do know on my Princess cruise, my second Princess cruise. No, my third Princess cruise. That's right. I think it was my third Princess cruise. The cruise director I had was the same cruise director that was on a previous Princess cruise. His name was Miko. And I went up to him and I really did not think he would remember me at all. It shocked me. It really did. I remembered him because I heard the name. I was like, wait a minute. I've had that guy before. And I went and I looked through my pictures from that cruise. I've seen the cruise director. I'm one of them people who are like, let me take your picture. I really am. I seriously am. I have crew photos. I have cruise director photos from decades. And so, anywho, I was like, that's the same guy. And so I went up to him and I said, hey, Nico. And he turned around and he looked at me and I was amazed. He looked at me and he goes, Ruby Princess, right? I was like, exactly. Like, this was a completely different ship months down the road, but he still remembered me from the Ruby Princess, So, I don't know if I just caused that much of a scene whenever I was drinking, or, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But it just, that really amazes me, right? I can't remember what I did yesterday, and these people, the crew, they remember your wants, your needs, your likes, your dislikes, your from your dining room staff, your room service, But this is a cruise director who's remembering people's faces and where he's seen them at months down the road, Even the entertainment officer, I went up to him and he didn't remember me from my last cruise, which was cool. He remembered me after we started talking, but he didn't just like immediately. I mean, he did. He shook my hand and says, "Hey," because he knew he'd seen me before. He just wasn't sure where. He didn't know that he'd seen me 4 months ago. He just remembered seeing my face. And he shook my hand. We started talking. And I told him, I said, man, I was just on here 4 months ago. And I said, you are the only person that I know. I said, I know Nico, but not from a previous ship. But I said, we was on here. That's right. Nico was my first cruise. This was my third Princess cruise. Because I told the entertainment guy that we was just on there 4 months ago, and like nobody was there at all. There's this guy that I nicknamed Bull Shannon, which he had never seen Night Court, so he didn't get anything out of it. But on the Regal Princess at the Princess Light Bar, there is a lamppost that sits on the wall, and this guy he was real tall, like Richard Mole, and he would stand under this light post like they did in the like Richard Mole would do in the opening credits of Night Court. And so every day I would go by and I would say, "Good morning, Bull," and he would just smile, and he wasn't there. And the entertainment officer, he's told me that he was the only person left, that Miko had just jumped on that week and was leaving at the end of the cruise, and he was covering for the cruise director who had to leave for a family emergency, who was covering for the cruise director off of the Regal. If that didn't lose y'all, Miko only came for 1 week because the cruise director that was covering for the actual cruise director from that ship, who was on vacation, had to leave for a family emergency. So they got Miko to fill in on a short notice. So I got lucky there. I got Miko twice. The entertainment director, of course, I had seen him, the cruise before and the cruise we were currently on. That's the only person I actually knew. And he told me that all the crew had left over the period of the 4 months. Everybody had got off, including some got off when we were getting on that I may had known, but he was the only one left. And he had been on that ship for years. And he really had too. I seen a video on YouTube, imagine that somebody had made, that guy is the entertainment director on that ship way back when, like a couple of years ago. And I was like, oh, look, So anywho, NCL has a new video series, which is what the news story is actually about. I sidetracked to, how amazed I am with the crew, which I really am. I really am amazed with the crew. We do have a 10-day in January. The next January 2026, we got a 17-day, which is our first time on Hall in America. And then we have a 14-day in August of 2026. And I can get intertwined in the crew on a 7-day cruise. I can just imagine how much I'm going to get into them on a 10-day cruise, on a 17-day cruise. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of sitting around, just talking with the crew. They love to visit. That's their home. You are in their home. I mean, I know those of you who cruise often like me, you're at their home. That's their house. And you come to their home and they welcome you like you would welcome somebody into your home. It's fantastic. I can't stress it enough. And I think that's probably why that I just don't like land vacations. Now that I get into it, I think that's why. But anywho, NCL is making a video series about their crew. It's going to give you a behind the scenes into their life, what they do, how they make your cruise fantastic. So I invite everybody to check out the new video series from NCL. I know I will. I hope you will too. And I hope that you subscribe if you're not subscribed already. So thank you very much. I often wonder if Carnival Corporation made the right choice by dissolving P&O Australia. As if you're wondering if there's going to be any cruises out of Australia in 2025, wonder no more, because I have the scoop right here. The Disney Wonder will return to Australia in 2025 for its third season. Disney said that they will have the Disney Wonder doing 3 to 5 night cruises from multiple home ports, including Sydney, Melbourne, and Auckland. I believe the ship will return in October of 2025. It will do a sailing from Australia back to San Diego, where it will begin its home porting from there. In other cruise news, also keeping with cruise lines who have decided to stay in Australia for 2025, we also have news out of Royal Caribbean. They will have 2 ships sailing in 2025 out of Australia. They're going to have the Quantum of the Seas and the Voyage of the Seas home ported out of Sydney. It's going to be doing a total of 44 cruises between the 2 ships for their 2025 season, and will be doing 2 to 18 night cruises. So if you're interested in Australia, you still have choices.